Hey guys, it's Matt, channel of 43. Today here I blog video number 1 here on my home layout, the PRR Keystone. This actually is a new set of blog videos that I'm making. I'm trying to make them as professional as I can, but they may not always be perfect. If they're not, I'm sorry, but I'll try my best as much as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some layout work that's been going on because of my new item I got actually yesterday, my birthday at the time of this filming. I'm filming this video on the 14th of January. My birthday was yesterday, the 13th. And I got these. These are 4 of the California Zephyr 18-inch aluminum passenger cars to go with my F-30s. I made a video on these when I first got them yesterday at the time of this filming. So these cars are really nice. I will probably do a full review of them at my dad's when I get a chance to do it. I'm not going to do it here because my video equipment is not really that good, but I wanted to show you them again because I'm having some problems with these cars, and some of it's major, some of it's not so, some of it's minor, some of it's not so minor, and I'll go ahead and show you guys about those real quick right now. The one minor problem I'm having with these cars, specifically the baggage car and the observation car, the 2 cars that were really not done very good. And I think that Lionel definitely could have improved on them by designing them a different way. Now, specifically with the baggage car, what I'm talking about is the doors. These doors here, you can just slide them like that, and they're on a track, but like you could turn the car and they'll open. Like with the MTH, you actually got to push the door in and open it that way, but with this, you just gotta slide it. And there's no grab iron on it, so this little tab is the only thing holding it into the car, so it could potentially fall off if you're not careful enough. So that's pretty much that. I didn't get a chance to show you guys really good in the video, but here's the underside. See what I'm talking about with it opening? Those 2 doors was open on the end, but look at the detail on the underside of this car. Really nice detail. Probably some of the best detail I've seen on a passenger car. I think Lionel really did a good job with the detail on the cars specifically. The detail is probably the one thing I really like. They really did a great job with them, and I think that if I get more of these cars, which I'm planning to get the other 4 to go with the California Zephyr set, I'll definitely like them a lot. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the not so minor problem I'm having with the observation car, and this is a real deal breaker. I'm not happy about this, and I'll go ahead and show you about it right now. Okay, so here we have the observation car on the train, and it's very, very nice. It's probably one of the better observation cars I've seen. And I'll go ahead and slide it over here so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So, right here we got the car, the Silver Sky. Really nice looking car, really looks great. The detail is also very nice, as you can see on the bottom here. A lot of air tanks and pumps and all that good stuff. You can turn the lights on these cars on and off. I've said that before. I forget where the switch is on this car, but it's right here. So there it is right there. But anyway, I'm having a lot of trouble with lights on these cars, and I don't know if it's something I can easily fix or if it's something I gotta take the car in for. But on this end here, you may not be able to tell very well, but you can see it right here. This gap here, when you got the car turned on, the light from the car actually illuminates down here, and that's not really good. On the back here is a gap between the capped end and the frame of the car on this drum head area. And then also on the back, that light, you can actually see it when you got the car. And I'm going to turn the car lights on in a minute so you can get a better idea of this. But this is a very poorly designed lighting system. And you can hear, maybe, that there's a passenger figure that isn't glued in there. And I think that Lionel really could have done a little better job with putting the observation car the correct way. Same thing with the baggage car, rather. That the doors, I mean, that's not really good, but this is a real deal breaker. I'll go ahead and show you what it is about it, and you'll be able to get a better idea of it in just a minute. Here we go. Okay, so I have the track power on. You can see right away. Look at the gap here. You can see it right away, and then you probably can't tell in the video very well because of this camera, but you can see the light in the back. That's all the drum head. From like here on is all the drum head lights.
Again, it's hard to tell in the video. I can't zoom in either. But you can kind of see all that there is the drum headlights. And you can see the gap here. So it's just, I'm not crazy about it. And then I would have liked the red marker light up here. I can fix that. But and then these aren't really lit. The marker lights here. You can see the little gap here. I just noticed that now. That you could probably slide in to fix that. But other than that, that's really it. But this is a real deal breaker. This whole back cap area of the car. I'm not happy about that. Lionel could have done a much better job than what they did. Because now this is my specific set. I'd like to know if this is the way these cars were made. I say shame on Lionel, because this is not right. I've never seen this before. On even an MTH set, MTH is even much better. They do much better job. They seal everything and make it look nice. But this is a real deal breaker, I think, for my first set of these 18-inch aluminum passenger cars. And I've been wanting these. I've wanted a set of 18-inch cars for a long time, and I'm happy I finally got them. But not to this. This is not what I was expecting. I mean, the Vista cars are very, very nice. Again, you probably can't tell in the video because of the camera, but the detail on these things is just fantastic. There's not really any problems with them. You can see the light. Actually, I'm happy that they put the light. They put them underneath the floor there, so it's lit, but you really can't tell it's lit. So you can't see the bulb that lights it, which is cool. So the interior details are very nice. Lionel did a really good job with the Vista cars, but the two cars in the middle of them, behind or in front of them, this car and the baggage car, are not very nice. So I mean, the detail in the observation car is really nice. I'll give it that. But I mean, like, you can see the detail. Look at the detail in the observation car. Really nice detail. But as far as other stuff goes, I'm not crazy about that. And that's pretty much that. They're really nice cars, but again, they're just not really worth all that hassle and stuff. Another thing I'll show you real quick, is that when you run them around a curved piece of track, now this is just caused because of the diaphragm, the way the diaphragm is set. But even so, that's not that crazy big of a deal. It's actually on all the cars, I think. But, or might just be in the ends, because this one has it too. But when you bring them around a curve, look at the overhang. Now, what I don't like about this, these cars are rated for 31-inch curves. That's what this whole swing skirt assembly is all about. They're supposed to run a 31-inch curves. Now these are 36-inch curves, so it kind of says it there. So, but you can see that pretty good overhang, and really doesn't look good at all when you got two cars coupled together like that. You know, I mean, I'm happy the gap is the length it is, because it's a very nice gap. But when you put them on a 36-inch curve, it looks really bad. And I'd want to see it on a 31-inch. If anyone's got 31-inch curves and has a set of these cars, I'd like to see, or any of the 18-inch aluminum cars, I'd like to see them run on 31-inch, because I bet it would look like crap. I'm not pleased with the way these cars were made. I really think Lionel could have done a better job. You can see the light here is pretty. But now I can easily turn the car lights off to get rid of all this. But still, it shouldn't have happened. It should be correct. I mean, you know, I am not very impressed with these cars. I mean, they look good. I'm happy they roll fine. That's the one thing I was hoping for, that they roll good. But other than that, I'm not happy with these cars really one bit, except the Vista cars. These are really nice. But again, the two cars on the end, and with all that extra non-sealed stuff and all that stuff, they're really very poorly designed. I mean, this shouldn't happen. Alright, that just shouldn't happen. That's not right. You know, I mean, like I said, all the cars have it like that. This car here is the only, this side here it really doesn't, but they all have that gap in there. I mean, it's like, you know, if I'm paying, I mean, these cars are expensive. I mean, Lionel wants $700 for these cars. They want $640, no, $690, I think it is, for the 4-car set. If they were to make it like this, I would not pay that much money for this. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I've always gone about this, and it's a good theory with it, is that these trains are not cheap. We all know it. Sorry, I got a board. I gotta move it. But anyway, these trains are not cheap. The engines aren't cheap. The passenger cars aren't cheap. The freight cars are even getting really expensive. Some of the freight cars now are $100, especially from Atlas and MTH. The newer switch panel cars, the ones I got with the switches on them, the flat cars, those are $90 a piece, I think, something like that. I mean, they're really expensive cars. So especially for a $600 set of passenger cars, I didn't pay that much money. I got this for $460, but still, that's still really expensive. And these cars are garbage. They look like crap on 36-inch curves, even though they have the swing skirts and are supposed to look good. Well, they can run on 31-inch. They never said they looked good, and I'll tell you what, I'm very unhappy with the way they look on 36-inch curves. If you don't believe me, the video uploaded before this one was a video of these cars running, and I did explain that real quick in the video, was that they look like crap on 36-inch curves, and like I just showed you a minute ago with that test there when I pulled the cars back, it's really bad, and I am not happy with these cars. The detail's okay. Looks are very nice. I'm a big fan of the cars. I really like them. They look great behind the F3s, like you can see there. But other than that, these cars are not worth my time. These are really poorly designed cars, and Lionel could definitely have done a better job on them. Now, I can easily hide all these things by turning the lights off, but then again, you want us to be able to see the interior detail, because the detail is really good on these cars. Like I showed you, you probably couldn't tell very good, but I'm going to take these to my dad's. I'll do a better video on it, because he's got better video equipment than I do. But this is just unacceptable, and I want you guys to leave your comments on this, and because I think if you guys own any of these cars, this may be just these specific cars. If they are, I may be really upset. If it's the way these cars are, I would be even more upset, because these cars are really expensive. Like I said again, about $700 for these cars. That's really expensive. An MTH set is $460, and they're much better than this. I would have bought the MTH California Zephyr cars, because they would have looked better on 36-inch curves, because those are rated for 42-inch, even though they're 18-inch cars. I don't know what makes Lionel so special that they got to put them on 54-inch curves, And I'm afraid to get any others, because these are the only cars that are rated for 31-inch curves. The California Zephyr set, all 8 cars are rated for 31-inch curves, and I don't want to get one of the 54-inch cars and then not have it go around my turn, because if that happens, I would be really upset. And I did measure these cars; they are true 18 inches, and they sure look good. But running on curves, they're not that nice. They take them, but they look really bad. So these cars definitely are made for 54-inch, irregardless of how you split the pie. I was talking to PSL, Tom, just a little while ago at the time of this filming, and I told him he said yes, a definite larger radius curve would definitely be required for these cars, and I told him about it. I was like, yeah, these cars do require at least 54-inch. They don't look good on 36. And again, you can go back to that video I uploaded just before this one to check it out. But they look like crap on 36-inch. I'm not crazy about that. So I want to see them on a 72-inch. So when I take them to my dad's, I'll do it on the 72-inch, because he's got 72 curves all the way around. So that's going to be really nice. So, but you guys can leave your comments, and we'll catch you guys in vlog number 2. We'll see you guys later.